I think first you must understand what is a booster dose. Now, booster dose is something not very new word. On medical science, you understand that when you give primary dose of vaccination, after certain times, there is a tendency of antibodies to come down. So that these antibodies may not be sufficient enough to prevent the infection. We have been using booster dose for so many vaccines for so many decades. Now, issue is that once we know that the current available vaccines of the COVID which we have been using, their immunity level it's going to decline after 6 to 8 months. So there is nothing wrong in considering this thing because we know this is not a vaccine which works for the life. Secondly, now all the studies show now maybe the primary dose may be sufficient enough to prevent serious disease, maybe hospitalization, but mild infection may become more prominent once the antibodies level decreases. Now, problem is that whether we talking about science or we're talking about the logistics. Now, scientifically, it's considered once the immunity level is decreasing, maybe healthcare workers or those immunocompromised or maybe those are elderly people, they certainly use a booster dose to boost their immunity to prevent infection. Now, the second question comes of logistics and practicality. Now, as far as Delhi is concerned, I think Delhi has given 99% people have already given one dose and 70% people have given two doses. So I don't think it's a bad idea to consider a booster dose in Delhi because they have sufficient number of doses available and their infrastructure is ready. Now, as far as India is concerned, pan-India concerned, maybe things are different because only 37% have been fully vaccinated. So their February target should be given second dose first then. Let us complete the primary vaccination, series of vaccination.
That's a fair point, Dr. Gupta, that you're making, that we need to cover, basic coverage for the entire population is necessary before we shift to booster doses. But we have the capacity to be able to do that, at least in some of the areas. For instance, as you're mentioning, Delhi. Let me go across to Dr.